push this one in. So we're going to swap over to LVT versus Spacestation Gaming, which is our main game that we're going to be casting here. And we hop on board with Piggy, who's going to put the very first flag in for LVT. It's tied up 1-1.
Wow, we did just tune in. There's already been 5.5 minutes elapsed on this, but to see it tied up right now, I mean, LVT looking quite strong against the favorites to win the tournament, in my opinion, Spacestation. If StelluR can put up the kind of performance he did in Salt Lake City, this team is dangerous.
This is the time to get them here. Spacestation, they show up, they wake up, they show up to the event, and they just do everything they can to wake up while they game, and that's exactly what's happening here. This is the time to take advantage, and LVT, they're doing just that. And let me say, it's really incredible to see our logo at the top left of the mainstream screen. It is beautiful. Let me tell you, it puts a smile on my face, but I want to see a W. I want to see the big W happen here. And right now, we've got a chance for that to happen. 5 minutes remaining, and as we know, it takes a long time to cap these flags, so them tying it up here is a big deal.
Yeah, and I think a team like Spacestation with a leader like Eco on the team, they know how to grind these games out. I have seen them get a cap in the final 30 seconds in so many situations to pull out the win. It seems like they just always know their win conditions very well, which means LVT, they have to stay disciplined. Right now they're being heavily outslayed, but they were able to get that cap, which is a good sign for their objective efficiency as well.
StelluR has that sniper in his hands, and he's on the mid side of the map. We'll see if he's able to make any impact here. As they get one down, make that two. Sab and Diagram gonna hit that respawn screen, and Bound trying to make it more. 16-11 for Bound so far in this game, and look at the assist on Eco as well. Diagram with a massive kill on the bottom of base here, putting damage in as well. They potentially are gonna be able to defend here for a good amount of time. I don't think Spacestation's gonna be able to pull this flag just yet.
Yeah, they also took down StelluR, who had the sniper. We all saw what he was doing with the sniper rifle at the last tournament, so anytime he picks it up, I'm sure he's got a target on his back. LVT knows they have to shut him down. Bound also had a sniper, though, and he's picking up some kills. Looks like he hit a body shot and finished the shot off with the BR. And Pznguin says, you know what, you got the sniper, bro. Just keep killing. I'll run this flag.
Yeah, Penguin statistically at least one of the best OBJ players in the game, constantly just finding routes for these flags, able to put, you know, these flags in as he pulls them, right? There's that conversion rate. How many flags do you pull? How many are you able to actually connect with and actually cap? And it looks like this one will go in for Spacestation Gaming. 2-1 now the lead for them, but 3 down. All the while, no one really in position for that counter cap.
Love the way Spacestation decided to play the very end of that flag cap. Pznguin recognized he was likely to die if he just charged all the way in, leaves it there. One of his teammates shows up with full shield, says, you know what, buddy, don't worry about it, I got it, and then runs it in while Pznguin covers his back. Great efficiency to just make sure that flag gets those last few feet that matter so much.
Those last few feet will get them a 1 cap lead with only 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, which, as we know and as we've said before, on Argyle is a very huge advantage. Coming into Piggy here, trying to clean up the kill onto Eco. He does just that, getting pressured though from the blue side sniper Hall. That snipe and body shot's gonna take him out, so that'll be 2 down for each side. A 2v2 situation here. Bound, he's gonna take a snipe shot to the body as well. It's Diagram with his snipe in hands.
Yeah, with 4 bullets to work with, he really wants to get max value out of these. Doesn't connect with the first, but still 3 rounds in the clip. Pznguin taking down KingJay is pretty big right here, though. Even if Diagram can get a few snipes, they're unlikely to be able to push into the base here.
Pznguin just peppering it away, staying alive as well. The nade is going to be good, though. Takes him down to no shields. LVT were at 3 dead, so that alleviates some of the pressure here, but the pressure keeps mounting because StelluR has the snipe in his hands. And he takes out Sab with that 1 shot. Sab is going to be, of course, having to spawn up here. And again, when you find yourselves at a number disadvantage with Piggy down now, and with Spacestation continuing to get these kills, it just becomes really difficult to continue to play defense on your flag.
Yeah, Spacestation not happy with just 2. They know how hard it is to cap, but they're going to go for a 3rd if they can. Can absolutely bet on that. And I'm glad the Observer finally switched to StelluR here. We saw lots of snipes in the kill feed. He had some insane highlights back at the last tournament, so we know he can hit some shots on this map.
As we swap over to Sab, StelluR having an incredible showcase, like you just mentioned, 24-9 on Argyle. And that sniper being a big proponent of that. We're gonna be on to Eco now. Eco, Frosty calls him one of the smartest players in the game.
Oh, yeah.
We see that time and time again. Spacestation always surprises me. Very quiet squad. You know, they come, they play their game, they leave. You know, they don't get into any drama. They don't have like major pop-offs. They don't, you know, just here to play and get to work. It's another day at work. Clock in, clock out, and I love that. You know what I mean? It's a kind of Final Boss-esque in my opinion. We just need to see many more wins out of them.
I think it really reflects in their communication too. If you ever get a chance to do a listen-in, they're always very calm, collected. They're not too high, not too low. You know, they're just kind of there to do their business, and I feel like that's important in gaming. You have to kind of have a zen mind state. Of course, you want to have a little bit of extra juice and energy, maybe hype each other up, but not all players need that. I think that's this team is they're totally fine with just being chill and zen and doing what they need to do.
Well, one team that can't be chill and zen. Oh, Piggy with the kill on to Eco, but
stuck his teammate though.
But he stuck. He got KingJay killed there, and at a really bad moment too. Right? There's only 40 seconds remaining, and I was gonna say, all LVT have is 40 seconds to work with to get this flag out. These couple of slays are gonna be huge though out of Piggy. Massive play out of him. If he can get this start, it'll be huge. But he's not able to. Gets taken out. The flag spawns the back. The player spawn in the back of the base. So he won't be able to get this flag any further. And Diagram doing his best to push forward here to get as much damage as possible. KingJay with a repulse tries to get the touch. They're despeраting as much as possible, but it's not going to be enough. Piggy's the last player to contest here. They're still fighting though.
Yeah, I love that play out of Piggy with the grapple to reposition to the top. Got the pull as quickly as he could, but
there it is.
Maybe a bit too little, too late, as Spacestation does take the first game 2-1.
Game one, LVT versus Spacestation. They get a cap on the board, and like you said, the favorites to win, the champions of SLC, Spacestation Gaming. LVT were able to get one cap on Argyle. Now we go over to Live Fire Slayer. And, you know, I've talked about this time and time again, but I want to get your thoughts on it, right? In a Slayer, I know it's not the most liked game type in the HCS, but, you know, you give these teams like LVT a chance to kind of bring this series back with the Slayer. Why is that? Why is the Slayer the game type where, you know, these lesser chemistry teams have a chance?
I think it's just the nature of how snowbally Halo Infinite can be. I mean, if you get a few slays, that means you often get map positioning. All these guys know how to predict spawns so well at this point in the game. I mean, we're almost on year 3. The meta is pretty much solved, right? As long as these guys pick up the weapons, they can beat a quote-unquote better team just by out-positioning them and really snowballing their advantage state to perpetuate through the entire game. What the better teams are good at, though, is getting out of disadvantage, and that's what I think separates the best teams from the lesser teams. Is when they do get into that snowball, they're able to get out of it faster so that they can then start snowballing on their side.
Okay. Well explained there. I mean, it's definitely, Slayers are definitely one of those matches where we can kind of see, you know, some of the, I would say the outside of the top 4 teams kind of have a chance to beat those teams that are outside of the top 4. And in this game, we'll see G1 versus Mindfreak. Not a Slayer game. Of course, we're going to have Strongholds on Recharge. And of course, we have Mindfreak, Scoopmeister on that mouse and keyboard for you mouse and keyboard fans out there. G1, though, up 2-0 in the series thus far.
I'll tell you what, I mean, I feel like when this roster gets brought up, everybody likes to talk about Scoob for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I love
mean,
the guy.
You especially, you've got 100 reasons to talk about it. But you know who impressed me yesterday was Pips. This guy was slaying out against SSG, actually, I think it was.
Really?
I'm sorry. It was a different top team. It was whoever's the, I think, Optic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were slaying out against, no, I'm sorry, Quadrant.
Okay.
Apologize for that. But yeah, Pips was going nuts against Quadrant.
I love that.
That's a tough team to go nuts against. And he just seems like he knows how to get kills, stay alive, and make a lot of value for his team.
Yeah, I know Mindfreak took Quadrant to 50-49, was it? Or I believe, or was that?
I think they actually took a game.
Was it a game? Okay. Well, I mean, incredible. I mean, Pips is definitely a player that I've definitely overlooked, to be completely honest. Like, my eyes are literally just glued onto Scoob, and honestly, if the Observer only watched Scoob the whole time, I would be absolutely ecstatic. But obviously, that's not very fair to everyone else. You know, I'm biased, and that's okay. You see the pressure coming in here. G1 have put a lot of time on the board. They're approaching that 200-second mark, but they're trying to get, you know, Mindfreak's trying to get past this tower. But look at the cross shots from Huss, just bouncing them back, and the player in Plasma, his job was to get Huss off of that glass side, but he has to back up because he's the last player alive.
Yeah, this setup very strong for G1, and what they're so efficient at is when they recognize that they're probably going to lose a stronghold, they just go to the other one. They say, yeah, you can have that one, we'll just get the other. And they're so good at just out-rotating the other team, because now Mindfreak finally able to get a capture here. Looks like a chance to get something on the board, but G1 just extend to C, capture that, come back, slay A. Now they're taking A, and look, Mindfreak's getting B, but it doesn't matter. They're still going to be losing points here.
I've got to ask you, and I've got to ask everyone in the chat. When you watch these games like all weekend long, how badly do you want to go home and play Halo? like to me, it's like I'm kind of torn, right? Because I miss my kids, you know, I miss my wife, but like Halo, man. But I want to play Halo, you know. So like I don't know if anyone feels the same way, but watching these matches all weekend long, watching this high-level gameplay all weekend long is just so great. And there's levels to this, right? This is great to watch, but of course when we get to Sunday, it gets even better because then you've got a literal chess match going on. And yeah, I love Halo. I don't know if you guys can tell, but here we go. Hopping into game number 2, we've got Spacestation Gaming versus LVT. And of course, we're on the Slayer, where we talked about maybe LVT have a bit of a chance to bring this series back.
No, absolutely. I mean, all it takes is a couple players to pop off on one side, and for the rest of the team to play disciplined and constantly collapse on their opponent. And any team can beat, like any team in the top 16, I think could beat any other team in the top 16. Even though there is a wide seed disparity here, I think this is the type of game type that LVT could certainly pull an upset.
We'll see if Diagram can do so. These guys were playing all night last night. We're here so late last night. Yeah. You know, we're the last ones to leave, and these guys just pulled everything out. It's like when you have nothing left in the tank, but you're still just, you gotta win, and you make it happen. I mean, that was Diagram, Piggy, that was the whole squad. So 10-7 the score right now. They're leading by 3. This is a good start. Piggy, he's gonna try to get a kill on the back B, but Eco spots him out. He ends up going down. But how important is Diagram on the top of tower right there?
Yeah, he's really denying a ton of space, especially for this overshield, but multiple players that were extending for the overshield able to end up getting taken down by Spacestation. This goes in the hands of Pznguin, and he's not going to waste any time. He's going to try to push out the tower here, get control of it, so that his team can hold that position for themselves.
You saw that player from LVT ended up making that jump from mud to top tower, so he's going to stay alive, and he knows the pressure is coming from that OS. You see the OS ended up not getting too much value out of it just yet. Sab is going to get a double kill. The OS is going to be repulsed back, and this OS is null and void. Literally nothing came out of it.
Yeah, I mean, he took a very long route all the way through back tower. He was kind of a little bit late to the first fight, and then it takes him a little while to get into the next one. But, I mean, his routing all kind of made sense moment to moment. Just sometimes it doesn't quite work out. But, I mean, honestly, great plays from LVT, repulsing him, getting him out of the play. And I just keep seeing Sab pop up in the in the kill feed. He's now 9-4 in this game already.
Having an incredible game, and you know, a player who I love to see is Piggy. I mean, he's 1-4, but he's got 6 assists to his name. Diagram, he's a player that we watched yesterday. Pretty much, you know, Tools says, you know, explains it like he puts himself in the middle of both his team and their team, and he just puts shots into everybody. And that's kind of the play style I see Tony make. Like, Tony, why not be casting? When I play with him, when I play with Tony, that's what he does. He'll put shots into everybody and just stay alive. He never really takes a solid 1v1. That's kind of the play style I see out of Diagram, and that play style can really benefit your team in a great way.
That's crazy. When I play with Tony, he just gets in the middle of everybody and dies without doing any damage. But, I mean, anyways, so getting back into this now. I love to see that. I mean, it does kind of feel like everyone has a bit of their own role on this LVT roster. Piggy, I see, as kind of their anchor player, usually sits back, makes sure that there's no holes in the defense, kind of does immense damage from across the map. And Sab has always been the guy that's just slippery, being annoying. He's always on the edge of the battle, but somehow doing max damage at the same time. And right now, that playstyle is paying off big time for Sab. But when any member of Spacestation has the sniper, you got to be careful as they tie it up 25-25.
Yeah, Pznguin literally had 0 kills, you know, 3 kills ago, obviously. But he just picked up the sniper and just literally goes to work, stops that overshield from coming through on the side of LVT. I don't know if anyone actually ended up picking that up, that OS up. I don't see it on your screen. It says Bound. Bound does have it. He's flying around with it. He ends up going down. So another OS that it ends up tying the game up, but LVT take a 1-kill lead and 2 down for SSG.
Yeah, I think that sniper is going to be so consequential. I mean, we've seen every member of both of these teams do well with it. So I think the 6-minute mark, that's going to be a time to look out for in every game of live fire, because that's when both the overshield and the sniper come up.
Right.
Which team is going to be able to allocate their resources adequately and perhaps get control of both? I think if one team gets both, that's when we might see a bigger score differential here.
And how would you set that up, right? It's very situational, of course, but obviously you maybe want to have a guy top tower who can watch both sides. 4 down for SSG, by the way.
Yeah, I think one of the best ways to guarantee overshield is to have the tower control, have sandbags controls, and key door. Those are all the best angles to look at and fight any players that are already outside of OS. And also, it's important to not go out there too early, because if you have all the right vantage points, you know, you're going to be able to stop and kill somebody that's going for it. If you get there too early, sometimes you can be the one that gets pinched.
Well, Piggy ended up getting pinched right there. He did a great job of playing his life for a long period of time, and what that's done is it's given LVT and a 5-kill lead now, but regardless, 38-33, that's a sizable lead here. Something that we didn't expect to see, but LVT's coming to play today. KingJay, we talked a lot about Sab, but he just popped off 14-8 already in this game. Yeah,
we saw that right after those kills, Spacestation was spawning at B, which is exactly what you want to see if you're an LVT fan. It bodes well for their chances to get this overshield, and Sab with a perfect almost reversal on StelluR. This man hitting his shots and guess what? KingJay got both the OS and the sniper right.
Yeah, he set up for remote detonation to secure both of those, so he ends up getting a huge kill. He's able to get sniper and OS like you said. They've got a 4-kill lead still, but it's not over just yet. He's got to hit the shots, and look at the teamwork of Spacestation Gaming to take out the biggest threat on the map.
Yeah, it very much looked like they were isolated, like, yo, that's KingJay. We have to kill KingJay, and they threw all their nades at him, took his entire overshield off, and then focus fired him so he couldn't do any extra damage with the snipe. But throughout that, other members of LVT, while KingJay was getting killed, find a couple kills of their own, and they're maintaining this lead.
17 kills here for KingJay. He wants this win. He wants this game number 2 win, and so do the rest of LVT. 1 kill is all they'll need, and they'll tie the series versus SSG. But they've got to get that kill, and SSG making themselves a difficult target at the moment. It's up to KingJay here. He gets the perfect to close it out.
Oh my God, the ice out of KingJay in that moment. They actually both perfected each other, by the way.
Wow.
Because they traded. But I mean, if you only need 1 kill, you'll take a trade any day of the week. Insane play out of KingJay. Love to see them hold the momentum like we talked about. Lesser seeded team, not really projected to win this series, but I mean, if you're gonna win it, you're gonna have to win the Slayer.
Trying so hard not to be biased at the moment, but hey, screw it. LVT just tied up a series versus SSG, our previous tournament winner. Can they carry this momentum into game number 3 is the question. KingJay having an incredible showcase, and that's where you see the alphas, right? The people who come to play, and I said this, right? KingJay's gonna come to play on Saturday. When it matters the most, he is here. He drops 18 kills, and he makes it happen at the end of the game as well with the perfect trade to close it out. A tie series we have here as we move into game number 3, and here it is right here. The perfect Eco versus KingJay. They both perfect each other on land, take the trade, but there's only one that comes out on top of that trade, and it's LVT.
Wow, I mean, even the guts for Eco to just fully commit to that battle. He must have really known he wasn't going to hit his shots, but guess what? If the other guy also doesn't miss any shots, right, I mean, it ends up being a trade like we saw there. You might think like Eco didn't necessarily have to full commit to that. Maybe 2 shots and backing down, letting a teammate show up could have worked out and maybe giving them a chance. But I mean, with 49, you got to play perfect.
That's right. Oddball streets. And as I looked back towards our producer, a big smile on his face as LVT have tied up the series now. We're a proud group of people back here. But can they continue this run? Streets Oddball, one of the longest game types in HCS, which means one thing. You have to be able to last the entire duration. Yeah. But I just set you on a cliffhanger. We'll get back to that in a moment. Shopify Rebellion versus FaZe Clan, and we've got that first flag running through, and it's in the hands of Frosty. He's going to punch that one in, and it'll be a 1-0 lead here for FaZe.
And guess what? Not only does he get the flag cap, but the new sniper just spawns. We've been watching this guy hit snipes for as long as he's been on the circuit, as he hits another to add to his long list of victims. And if they can get a couple more snipes, Could probably get out of the base and maybe get another cap here.
That was a nice body shot. And sets Cykul back just a bit. Step back, Cykul. This is my sniper. 3 up for each side. 3v3 situation now. Royal 2 in those very famous vents. An 8 kill on Rayne. Cykul, no shields as well, but he's going to back off. Look at that. A beautiful play right there, waiting for SnakeBite to come in to assist.
Yeah, SnakeBite's so good at those tactical situations. I mean, they literally just look like a SWAT team right there. Like, one is holding the backside, watching his back. SnakeBite walks in safely. Player gets his shields back, walks in. I mean, so systematic. Frosty hitting, that could very well have just been a replay. I swear he just hit that same exact headshot, I don't know, 10 seconds ago. But
a little bit deja vu going on.
Yeah, Frosty, I've noticed on this game type, he plays very safe with the sniper. He just sits all the way back. He's confident in hitting his long-range snipes, and he knows that it's very important that he survives with that sniper. He doesn't want to let that sniper trade hands, and he's one of the best at doing it. I mean, he hits so many shots on this, and he really just he opens up the map for his teammates to advance.
What I love so much is, you know, not only, you know, what SnakeBite's able to do in terms of tactical decisions, like you mentioned, as the IGL, but also what he's able to do in terms of communication. I feel like the communication on FaZe, I've talked about this multiple times, when it was Sentinels with not Renegade, when it was Sentinels with Lethal instead, their communication was the best in the league, in my opinion. With Renegade, it's needs a little bit of work. He's got that matchmaking kind of communication, in my opinion, but I've said it before, when they get that communication down, when they're able to, I wouldn't say teach Renegade how to small talk, but kind of, you know, make him small talk as a habit, this team is going to be unstoppable. And right now, Frosty looking unstoppable himself, 5 and 3, hasn't missed a snipe shot yet, not that I've seen.
Yeah, no, like I said, he's just going to sit back. There's really not a whole lot of reason for him to feel like he needs to advance. I mean, every body shot that he hits just slows down the push from Shopify, right? Like, this player is now waiting for his shields, but guess what? Renegade's not going to let many one-shots get away. He always finds an angle to finish these kills for Frosty.
He's so annoying to play against. He's so annoying to play against for the other squad. Always finding a way. Look, he gets that player down to 1 shot, gets away, has the sniper now aggressing in the enemy team's base. There's 2 down now, so he's going to be looking for those spawns. And so is Frosty with another sniper here at the top center of the map.
Yeah, I mean, he's just finding all these angles to just make life difficult for Shopify. There was a member of Shopify that got around and found an angle to deal damage to him, but I feel like Frosty's always aware of his escape options and just plays his life so well.
Renegade known for the same, but this time he's going to go down. He's going to get that spawn onto elbow. Cykul is ready for it, gets a couple of shots in. He's also got the help of RyaNoob, who spawns to the back of base. And this player right here towards us is baiting a little bit, maybe waiting for that pressure. Regardless, though, he ends up pulling the flag, and they're going to get that past the 50% portion of the map once again. And now it's up to Royal 2 to get a double kill, a 2v1 situation here, make that a 2v2. He's got his friend inside a vent, and they will stop that flag short.
Yeah, love the play from Royal 2. He knows that even if he trades there, he's going to open up enough space for his teammates to come get the return. And guess what? They pulled the flag of their own, so this is going to actually end up turning into what looks like a counter cap unless Shopify can stop it here.
One nade is going to do a bit of damage. RyaNoob is playing nerdy like he usually does. The repulse comes out. RyaNoob's going to lift up to the top, but he's read instantly by Royal 2. A beautiful snipe there to shut him down. Gets the double as well onto Mental, and this will be potentially defensive stand here for FaZe. No one in position to pull another flag.
Yeah. I think that was actually twice in a row that RyaNoob repulsed SnakeBite off the map. I saw him fall off the map just before that. So, I mean, that's got to check your mental a little bit to fall off the map twice in about 30 seconds, but no mental stronger than SnakeBite's. This guy has been through it all. I don't think it's going to waver him one bit.
Something we forgot to mention, that I forgot to mention, is that they didn't end up capping that flag. So, although FaZe was able to put in a lot of work and that counter cap looked pretty good, and then it ended up getting stopped, I apologize, by Shopify there. So, Shopify still have a chance here. Only 5 minutes remaining. They can do some damage, get some slays. Maybe a flag pull will come out, but you've got to get slays against 2 of the best players in the game.
Yeah, but Cykul winning an important piv against Renegade. This kid is very young, but very talented, very confident as well. You can see in the way he approaches the fight against Renegade, who a lot of players would be intimidated to play against. He's not intimidated at all. Love to see that from the young gun.
Well, we're going to continue to watch Cykul here, not only as he grows in the season, but in this game, but as I say that, he ends up going down. But it's exciting to see as the seasons go by how much better he's going to get. Does he fit that picture? Does he fit that standard that we put Frosty and Renegade in, where he potentially has the chance to be one of the best players in the game? In my opinion, I put Collect up there. I think Collect has that kind of X factor that could make him one of the best players in the game. He still needs a lot of discipline, a little bit game sense. I think he pushes too aggressively sometimes, but where would you put, if you had to stack them up, right? Cykul and Collect, I know they're very different players, but who would you say is kind of higher on that totem pole? Who would you say is more ready for that top spot right now?
The way I see it, I think Collect might possibly have the highest ceiling of any player. Like his best is absolutely ridiculous.
I like that.
And we've seen it a few times, right? In one of the online tournaments, they got second place when he was on Complexity, and I felt like most of that win came from Collect single-handedly, just playing out of his mind.
Right.
Some of the best we've ever seen him play, right? But I think that Cykul's maybe a more even-keeled player, to where his average gameplay might be better than Collect's average gameplay. And I think that that's kind of the longevity. That kind of trait is what builds longevity over time.
Okay.
And I think that he has a bright future in the league if he can just continue to play consistent, continue to learn, continue to be humble, and just keep putting in the work.
I just want to say I'm very impressed by you. That was a very really solid explanation, really good. I'm actually blown away and lost for words right now. That was really good. But here we go. We're hopping up with Frosty. They still have a 1-cap lead, but look at this. Mental makes it through with the flag. They've made it all the way to their side. They have Frosty down. Renegade's still alive, but they get the cap in with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Shopify Rebellion will tie this game.
Yeah, huge plays with just 3 minutes on the clock. This definitely increases the odds of going to overtime exponentially. I mean, it's going to be very hard for either team to get a cap. But with this sniper in hand of Mental, if he can get a couple snipes here, and he's actually progressing towards the base, he could actually get another pull here.
Yeah, it looks like RyaNoob is progressing as well in RyaNoob's favorite spot.
He's been here a lot.
He's been here a lot. I wonder when they'll figure it out, and they haven't yet. Another kill here. RyaNoob gets another one onto Renegade. The double onto SnakeBite. He's RyaNoob nerds for a reason. He's a big old nerd. He'll be in the back of your base. You got to check it. But Cykul is going to pass this flag almost through the door, and the fact that he didn't make it through that door, how important is that?
That was massive. I mean, this doorway right here, if you get the flag through this door, then the chance of you capping it goes up greatly. And you're exactly right. I mean, when I've coached different teams playing against RyaNoob, you'll often hear in the comms, where is RyaNoob? Because if they haven't seen him die in the kill feed recently, you need to hunt him down, because he's going to make plays like this. And right now, now that he's respawned, he's playing defense very well. He's got a new sniper, and people talk about his nerdiness, but he can hit some shots with the sniper too.
Oh, he misses that shot out to Renegade, who's at the top center of the map, and Renegade's a problem because he has a sniper. It's a 1v1, Renegade versus RyaNoob. RyaNoob's going to throw that flag in. Oh, that was so smart. Do you see what I'm talking about? Renegade peels his face, but RyaNoob times that perfectly with the, why don't you explain it? Times it perfectly with the grapple, gets that cap.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a sniper, your skill is based on how well you can read your opponent's movement so you can hit the shot, right? RyaNoob doing quite possibly the trickiest thing he could have done in that moment with his movement, where he's like speeding up and slowing down, accelerating himself to the flag, basically minimizes even the window of opportunity for himself to be shot, and gets the flag cap. That was great stuff from RyaNoob.
Well, there are 2 down for Shopify Rebellion. World 2 does get that flag to the doorway we keep talking about, and Frosty's there to relay it. He's going to have a little bit of resistance here from Rayne, a player not talked about enough. I think Rayne is a very solid player in terms of just, all around filling the spot that needs to be filled. Yeah. He ends up going down there, and 2 down for FaZe means that potentially Shopify close this out if they can get a couple more kills with only 15 seconds remaining.
Renegade did a great job in a 1v3 situation to even get 1 kill, but I mean, the defensive effort from Shopify proven to be too strong. You would have to like for more members of FaZe clans that maybe help Renegade in that moment, but maybe they just weren't in positions to do so. And
wow,
we see a game 1 victory from Shopify. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people, if you look at the predictions, a lot of people have FaZe winning this whole tournament, and losing games to Shopify, who's obviously a great team. I mean, there's going to be some question marks there.
We'll see if that's just a warm-up situation there for FaZe. I don't even think I've seen them warm up on the station. I think they were walking around, but I didn't see them play at all. So it could be that. It could be, I don't want to take it away from Shopify. It could be Shopify playing incredible Halo. But one team that's been playing phenomenal Halo at this event, at least yesterday, and we have to see today how that'll pan out, is Quadrant. I watched a little bit of the games yesterday, from yesterday. I watched them this morning, and Quadrant were playing phenomenal Halo. We're not just talking about like, okay, they're playing good. No, perfect Halo out of Quadrant yesterday. They 3-0 Optic in pools, and now today we get to see them once again versus G1. Of course, the team that came through open. And, I want to pay attention here. I want to pay attention to see if we see that same type of perfect play out of them, if they're able to extend that through just Friday and into Saturday.
I absolutely love this Quadrant roster. They're one of my favorites for sure. I mean, we had the first season, basically the better half of Ascend joining the better half of Quadrant, going under the Quadrant banner. And I feel like this team is improving more rapidly than any other team. I think that all of their experiences, it used to be they could only practice in Europe, right? So they can always play against the same guys over and over. They're just going to beat the same guys repeatedly. And you can only get so good. And then they come to the States and they're starting to forge their way into being a top team, which they already have. But I think that every single event, every experience they have where they lose, they go back to the drawing board and they come back 10 times stronger. And I mean, we see how much they've solved the game of Strongholds. They're now on a 17-game win streak for Strongholds, and I feel like they're just, at this point in their career arc, they're just solving the puzzle of each individual top team. How do we beat FaZe? How do we beat Sentinels? How do we beat Optic? How do we beat SSG? And I think that once they solve that, they could legitimately win tournaments.
Yeah, 100% agree. They were on track to win this one with the way they were playing yesterday. We'll see if that continues, though. Looks like G1, a team maybe that they didn't prepare for, maybe a little bit tossed up in terms of play style, and we'll see if that affects them at all here. 71 seconds to 31 in round number 1 of Recharge Oddball, and you see Bomex on your screen is the newest member of G1, and definitely someone who has performed greatly, at least from what I've seen, at least yesterday in the open bracket, to give G1 this position here in pool play. And he's looking to continue on this endeavor as he gets that ball time.
Yeah, I feel like a team like G1 is definitely kind of an X factor. Might be a little bit more difficult for Quadrant to solve right now. I mean, when this guy Precision is playing his absolute best, he's another player that has one of the highest ceilings in the game. So seeing Precision with the early 12 kills in this game is a good sign for G1.
3 down for G1, though. That's not so much of a good sign, and Cykul is going to take full advantage of it as they get the ball rotated towards the back of Hydro. They've got to get through a player that I believe dropped down there, and that's going to be Huss. What an annoying play style out of Huss here. He ends up getting taken out by SLG, but still was able to prevent any sort of setup from happening there, and he kills Swish on top of it.
Yeah, I like the hold here out of Quadrant, and man, I swear these guys get kills when they're no shields more than any other team also. They just always ice up and hit that last shot, and it's hard to play against a team like that.
Would you say that, and I've been saying this for a little while, but I liked your opinion, would you say that a player, when it comes to the top level, we're talking within the top 4 teams, top 5 teams, would you say that the best players are the ones that can get the most value when they're no shield and stay alive? Would you say that that's the case? That's
certainly a trait of the best players for sure. And I think it goes back to what I said about being able to get out of disadvantage faster than other teams, and that's part of it, right, is being able to still output massive amounts of damage while you're weak, because if you just sit around and hide and wait for your shields to come back, all these players are super fast. They're just going to launch themselves around a corner and shoot you one time, so you might as well stay in the fight a little bit longer and try to help your teammates to get out of disadvantage.
Listen, chat, that doesn't mean you charge 4 people when you're one shot because you want to get damage in, okay? Matchmaking kids, I'm talking to you, all right? Don't do this to me in my games, please. I am very grumpy when I play matchmaking. I should probably stop. But anyway, I just I love it too much. Precision on your screen now. You see the first round goes to G1 in a fantastic fashion. Quadrant really not able to find an answer for this squad just yet. You see the crossover towards Catwalk, a beautiful shots here by Precision. Playing that bottom gold stairs, right? We talk about glass so very often, but the bottom gold stairs are effective as well, and you can change that angle. 3 down for a Quadrant momentarily. They'll rotate the ball over towards this Whirlpool side.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about the choice to rotate it to A there. It looked like the members of G1 were actually spawning in C at the time, and they might end up getting punished for this. Huss now alone trying to keep the ball alive, but quickly rotating it to bottom A where he can potentially get his shields back, and they can get the setup here if they can win the fight.
This is a player I love to watch, Swish. We haven't seen much of him today, but I feel like he's just he works hard, and I don't know, I'm not a fly in the wall, but I just feel like, you know, he's always working on himself, always trying to get better. Obviously, he knows that he has flaws, and he's always trying to, you know, be better at them. I know you had a chance to work alongside him for a little while, but just a player who I feel like he just puts in the time, you know, and again, it's an assumption because I'm not sitting right next to him at all times, you know, I don't know what he does, but just by the way he talks and by his interviews and stuff like that, it just feels like he really wants this.
No, you have the right read. I mean, I got pretty close with Kyle. He stayed at my house even for a little while, and I got to spend a lot of time with him at the G1 facility when we were both working there. So, no, very, very fond of his approach to the game. He's got what I would describe as a healthy ego. Like, he knows he's good, but he also knows that he can't ever stop trying to get better.
I love that.
And like that's a really important mix as a competitor. You have to be confident, you have to be strong-willed and know that like you can impose your will on the other team and come out on top, but also have the humility to understand like, hey, I can't do this without my teammates. I need to support my teammates as much as possible and be the best teammate that I can for them. And that's both inside and outside of the game. All these guys are very close outside of the game, and I think that friendship actually goes a long way in the game as well.
I 100% agree. I think you need that friendship.
Woo!
And Swish doesn't need any friends right now. He is just dominating. 2 perfects with the shock rifle. Gets another kill as well. That's 3 down. But unfortunately, oh, well, not unfortunately, they're actually able to get that ball over towards Hydro. Get a little bit of time, but not as much as you'd expect. Maybe looking for some more control here as they have Sika peppering them from glass.
Yeah, those shock rifle shots, huge out of Swish, but it hasn't amounted to much ball time. Still just 22 seconds for G1 here. Swish getting caught out in the open. Now 2 dead for G1. I really think that this is going to go down to a crawl as far as ball time goes for a little while, and then once a team gets 3 dead is when we'll actually see a ball get held for a significant amount of time.
All right, now G1 being a bit scrappy there. They throw the ball into bat ledge. They're able to get a solid amount of seconds here, and they rotate it towards long. So it ends up working out as Quadrant is on this Whirlpool side of the map. But Legend puts enough damage in to get a kill. He's able to get the kill on a precision as well and almost cleans up Swish, who was the last player alive.
And we just saw the 3 dead on the side of Quadrant, but the last player, Chick, not going to make it easy for G1 to get the ball. They're in no position to even get the ball, even after getting 3 dead. That never feels good, but they're going to have to keep fighting for position here.
Yeah, it just seems like you said, with the Slays, it's just ball time is not being had here, at least for G1. They were 3 down there momentarily once again. Precision just came off a spawn. Bohm is going to follow him up. Quadrant getting some ball time here. Precision pushes through the pipe side. Legend trying to rotate this ball towards A, where his teammates should spawn. And it looks like they don't get that spawn. They end up getting the C spawn instead. So Legend's going to grapple around. That's a slingshot grapple.
Yeah.
That's actually really difficult to do.
Yeah, so what he's doing there is he actually lined up the grapple where he actually gets caught on the wall for a second, but the game is still trying to increase his momentum the whole time he's on the wall. So then as soon as he's in position to actually take distance from the grapple, he's going almost twice as fast, grabs the ball while flying and launches it all the way out. That was very cool movement tech out of Legend there.
Still so much to be learned too, I'm sure. There's so much that we have not realized yet. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we found everything out. But it's always interesting to see these new things. G1 putting some time here into their round number 2. And as you can see at the bottom center of your screen, round number 1 was already won. A great job by Precision there to realize the pressure's coming through. That nade, though, narrowly misses Chick, so he's going to get the kill scot-free. He'll get his shields back, and he'll be ready to fight again another day.
I actually like the call from G1 there. They just left Precision on an island. They know that he's ultimately going to play the ball. Instead, they opted to fight for control of gold pipes, where they know the ball will ultimately end up anyways. They do get a few kills. Precision comes off the death and picks up a double kill, which is going to bode well for an A setup here, at least momentarily.
Swish just barely losing that fight there on the Chick. Chick had a couple shots on him, 1 or 2 shots on him to start, so Swish putting some good damage in. we haven't talked about precision too much. 26 and 17 in this game with 25 seconds of ball time and counting as he picks up the ball once again and prepares to get more time. Boom. The shock rifle, we talk about it so very often. If you're not picking up the shock rifle playing recharge, then you're doing something very wrong. It's one of the most powerful weapons in the game. It's got to be utilized.
So powerful, in fact, that I'm sure TreyTry, their coach, new coach for G1, love TreyTry. He's a fantastic guy and a fantastic coach. I'm certain that he just clicked a button on his phone app for a 1-minute timer so that they know exactly when that shock rifle respawns after Bohm released the last round in the clip. So I'm going to look to see Precision be the one that picks it up here if the game even lasts that long.
They got a 2-second lead. G1 scraping on by here. Oh, beautiful kill by Chick. Ooh. He ends up getting traded out. That's a great curb slide through to make sure to finish off that kill. But with that, 2 down for each side. Make that 3 down for Quadrant. The last player is SLG. He's on the A side. Switch has to influence these spawns, but Chick ends up spawning there anyway. So now he's in a 2v1 situation. He's got help. Beautiful job. Huss all the while is getting some time on the board here.
And Switch actually did force the split spawn because he moved close enough to A. The other members of Quadrant actually spawned over at C, and he's able to chase them down as well. We've got 5 seconds left on the clock. Shock rifle is back up, but I think this is going to be just a mosh pit for ball time here. Yeah,
they've got to get these next couple of slays, though. Bohm and Huss were both down. Now it's 2 dead once again for G1 as a couple players spawn up. Quadrant, now they have the ball. They don't want to let this go too early here. 10 seconds is all they need. That's a big kill by Sika onto Swish, but Swish is gonna get the kill because I believe Sika got teammated there. Regardless though, that'll be the round there. Quadrant tied up.
So important for Quadrant to win this round. I mean, obviously they would have just straight up lost the game, but I mean, to do it in that fashion, you have to imagine that's gonna build some confidence, build some momentum, and say like, all right, let's stop messing around. We're warmed up now. Let's actually win this next round. But I mean, G1's not making it easy. They're playing very efficient ball every step of the way. Love to see the rotations that I'm seeing, and they're honestly slaying just as hard as Quadrant so far. It looks like even slays across the board.
Yeah, definitely very even if you take a look at the top left and right of your screen here.
Look at the assist column though. That's where the difference is. We see
that's huge.
Swish with a standout for assists, but Quadrant always notorious for having one of the best team shots in the league.
That's crazy. See if they're able to utilize that to get this first victory onto G1 here. A team we talked about, you know, they're studying all those top teams. You know, they're studying the likes of FaZe and Optic and all of that, but maybe didn't expect G1 to come out of open bracket here and you know, G1 giving them a little bit of a run for their money. But again, it comes down to, it's kind of like fighting games where you play somebody and you download them. You learn their style, you learn how they play, and then you take that into the next round or whatever. Quadrant, I would assume, are very quick at that, and I'm sure, you know, whether they win or lose this first game, they'll get some tendencies from G1 that they'll be able to use in that next game.
No, that's a very good point that you bring up. I think that really is what makes Quadrant so strong, is they do make quick reads on their opponent and adapt on the fly. And I think that's what we're seeing. Like I said, we're approaching year 3 of the game's lifespan. The meta is really shifting a lot. I think Optic is getting solved by a lot of these teams. I mean, we heard it at the last tournament. They're like, hey, Optic sucks when they have to push, so let's just make them come to us. And, you know, different nuances like that, how teams are starting to approach each other is what's so interesting right now in the game.
That was a beautiful kill, triple kill by Swish. That was the pistol being utilized once again, and very strong weapon at close range again. Sandbox, sandbox, sandbox. Halo Infinite is all about that. Make sure you're controlling those weapons. Swish, I'm going to push a little bit too aggressively there. Ends up going down, and that's going to leave Chick to roam free in the middle of the map, putting damage into everybody, but G1 doing a great job of scrapping up that time.
Yeah, I mean, another good start for G1. Precision adding to his kill column, 33 now. If he can keep up in the slays department, he can open up enough space for his ball carrier to get even more time here.
2 down for G1. Legend trying to push on this advantage. He's got SLG there to back him up, just as well as Sika. They're going to get the ball and rotate it back towards C, all the while getting the double kill and the slays. Are they ready for Swish, though, on the tower? Swish and Precision, they are. Look at the rotation, the quick rotation to come through, realize the pressure is coming, rotate the ball towards long, but not leave just yet. He's got the support on the top of glass with Chick, but they just want to get some time on the board, and now they're approaching a little bit of a tie here in round number 3.
Let this formation on Quadrant be kind of a lesson. They had the ball long haul, and they had players playing defense on both the left and right, but they sent one player, which ended up being Sika, to the other side of the map to cause even more pressure and mayhem on the other side. What looked like a nearly perfect on-the-fly oddball setup. I mean, long haul is not a common place to hold it, right? But these team recognizing, like, okay, if we do hold it here, this is where we need to go. And love to see the on-the-fly setups.
Adaptation.
Adding up here, yep.
Yeah, adaptation. We just talked about it. You just talked about it. We're seeing it come to fruition. And it's gotten them this lead in round number 3. A very important round number 3 is they don't want to go down 1-0 in the series. Obviously, you want to start the series off strong. It's common sense. But I just had to say it because, you know, I like to talk.
That's why we're here, Tim.
That's why we're here. That's right. I talk as a commentator and I talk as a streamer. I just love talking. Like, I don't know. I've just always loved talking. All my life, people tell me to shut up, and I say no. Absolutely not.
I don't want you to shut up, Tim.
But here we go. G1 finally get control of the ball. I wouldn't really call it control. The ball is kind of on long haul while they're getting slayed out. 2 down here for G1. Great cross shots there by Swish. It's going to push Sika back at least for 5 seconds while he gets his shields back, and he's not able to really cause an impact.
Yeah, the ball positioning has really been out of G1's favor for a majority of this round. G1 still getting lots of slays, but it can't amount to ball time if the ball's always on the other side of the map from your spawners. SLG trying to get some value out of this camouflage. Swish with the green gun does get taken down.
Oh man, it was so close to hitting that green gun shot. Plasma pistol green gun definitely a lot harder to use now than it was in the older versions of the game. In Halo 2, for instance, it was called the new combo for a reason. All right,
Free kills, man.
It was literally free. But regardless, this game not so free. Even though Quadrant is starting to play really well in this round number 3, G1 are giving them a little bit of a run for their money. But G1 do go 3 dead.
This situation right here is what's going to tell me if G1 can win this or not. And it's that play from Huss. They got here so fast. I was going to say Quadrant has a solid setup, but they're going to have to, if G1 can break into it immediately and put that pressure immediately back on them and steal the setup, which is exactly what they did. That right there tells me G1 absolutely could win this series because they handled that setup instantly. That was so good from Huss.
See if they can hold this ball a little bit longer here. That push does come in from the gold stairs. Huss. Wait, what? Huss does not. Oh, Huss does go down. Okay. I thought he stayed alive after that nade, but that nade does get a kill there from Swish. Regardless, 2 of his teammates go down. That's going to be 3 dead there for G1. As 1 does spawn up, and Quadrant will take that time. And something I'm seeing is that Quadrant's very quick at getting those kills, like you said, and immediately getting that objective. There is no space in between. It is get the kills, get the objective. Sometimes get the objective while getting the kills.
Yeah.
And it just makes it so easy for them to rack up these points.
Yeah, it looks like members of both teams dying. It always favors the team in the lead to just throw the ball in the open, as we see Quadrant opt to do here. I'm honestly impressed by both teams' ability to break the setup. I mean, I feel like as the games progress, this is one of the scenarios that teams have broken down the most. Like, hey, if they have a setup and we spawn at C, what do we do? And I think that the top teams at this point in the game just have really good game plans when it comes to breaking the setup. Both teams just constantly breaking each other.
3 down for G1, 1 minute remaining, so Quadrant will probably just play the time here. They do end up picking up the ball to be a little bit safe. Legend does have that camo, so they're able to utilize that to get not only information, but get these 100% kills that Legend's able to get. And a great job by him to get some massive value out of this camo, which essentially will close out game number 1 unless he stopped, and it looks like he stopped short just a bit.
Yeah, we saw the rotation here because Quadrant identified the spawners were in A. They want to take the ball out of gold, make it just a little bit longer of a journey to stop the ball carrier. G1 now actually spawning closer to the ball, though, and I think Quadrant's aware of it. That's why they're playing some kills before they grab these last few seconds.
Scoop it up, and there it is. Quadrant take game number 1 in the series versus G1 here. For those of you guys just joining us, we're still in pool play. A lot of these teams still have to play the open teams. Like FaZe Clan here, have to play Shopify Rebellion, who just came out of open. And Shopify did get that game number 1, but as you can clearly see, FaZe took that game number 2 in StelluR. FaZe a phenomenal Slayer team from what I've witnessed, at least.
Yes. I mean, these guys, you got 4 of the best Slayers that have ever touched the sticks on one team. So.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
I mean, I've been saying for a long time that Royal 2 is secretly the best player, but people don't talk about him as much as they talk about Frosty and Renegade and all these guys. But, man, Royal 2 is so consistent. And he's been doing it since the start, man. The guy is insane. He plays his positioning perfectly, rarely ever misses a shot. The guy's insane.
Well, what people tend to talk about is flashiness, not so much everything else. Like we always use the words, the stats that don't show up on the stat sheet. We got honestly, us casters have to find a better way of friggin' saying that because it sounds terrible. But regardless, you know, that's my job, so I should do that. But yeah, I mean that's something that Royal 2 does so well is he's able to, like you said, position so well, able to be consistent with his shot. One of the best shots in the game, I would say, and. There's a certain face he makes when he's locked in. I don't know if you've ever noticed it, the face cam, but like he like turns like it's almost like demon mode. Like his eyes are like,
oh yeah,
he is red. Like when he looks like that, it is over for everyone that plays against him.
Yeah, no, I matched against him in the playlist when he was in demon mode, and promptly decided to wait a little while until he found a game. It's like, I'm not trying to do that again, man. It's too stressful to play against. He's so good at just moving around the map and just always applying pressure to you, no matter where you are. And until you deal with him, he's going to deal with you.
Right, right, yeah. Well, right now, Frosty's going to be holding this oddball inside a tram. They've got a solidified setup here, looking for this very first round. See the push coming in from that commando side. You would think, you know, Shopify, after that very first game on Argyle, feeling a little bit more confident beating FaZe, the 2-time champs this season, but they ended up losing that game number 2, and in this game, it looks like they're struggling a bit as well until I said something, and now 3 down for FaZe. SnakeBite, the last player alive, who's going to try and be a nuisance. I believe he's on that trash. They got to be careful of him, unless, yeah, okay, I'm not blind. He's right there on the trash side of the map, and he's going to be a nuisance as well. So Shopify not going to really be able to hold a setup here.
Yeah, what SnakeBite did there was his team died, but he recognized that his location hadn't been revealed yet, and he just decided, you know what, I'm just going to sit still, let my teammates spawn. We're on a tiny map. It's not going to take them that long to catch up to me. Once the teammates caught up, then he reveals his location with a shotgun, gets the kills, and now his team actually able to take control of the whole entire tram. Yep,
they got 2 dead on the Shopify who are spawning on that purple side promptly, and you see holding that forward button as well, pushing in as aggressively as possible. They get a kill out of it onto Renegade, but that pull gets rotated just as quickly over to PD. All the while, you work so hard to get inside of that tram, and you see the ball just waltzing on by towards PD.
Royal 2 now, trying to hold this tires region, which is so important when rockets are coming up, and you can see why. He's able to dive bomb on Cykul, punch him in the head. Now getting a double kill. This should convert to ball time as we do see another member pick it up, and he's pushing the spawners. This guy always knows where people are spawning, and he takes the fastest route to make their life hell.
Yeah, he even checked Red Room right there to make sure there wasn't an off spawn while he was pushed into tram. It's just the game sense and awareness that you have to have at this level. And Royal 2 definitely does have that. 2 down for Shopify Rebellion. He'll get some ball time, potentially close out this very first round. There are 2 players on the back of A, but I don't think there'll be an impact. Round number 1 is done, and it's in FaZe's hands.
Love to actually, it's such a small detail, but Frosty at the end making what I would call an insurance play. Is he just sat bottom A in a sneaky position so that even if somehow the ball carrier did get killed in the last few seconds, he was right there to kill whoever killed them. So just really making sure they win the round there.
Discipline, insurance plays are important. They get the first kill onto Mental here. Swooping in for another kill onto Cykul. That's 2 down here for Shopify Rebellion. They do trade out the other 2 though. FaZe do go 2 down. Great use of the Shroud screen. Renegade's in trouble. Not really. He's got to have health. He's going to take the fight regardless here. Ends up taking out RyaNoob, or I'm sorry, Rayne. And that will be maybe ball secure, but they've got to take care of the spawns who happen to be on back A here.
Yeah, Shopify recognizing that all the members of FaZe are at Purple Street. They got to decide how they're going to get some kills here. FaZe finding the kills of their own though, and now FaZe able to take the ball into C. Looks like some early ball time, but and then we also got a Red Room spawn. So when Royal 2 spawns Red Room, he says, "This is perfect. I'm just going to sit right here."
That's great. That is great. The push not coming through to the B street, so he's kind of free. There is one player that pushed through. That's going to be Rayne. Gets the timing on the Rayne, takes him out. RyaNoob does make it through though. ends up getting the kill. I believe it was onto SnakeBite, who had the ball in his hand, but he gets stuck by Renegade.
No.
It was an advantageous position that turned into a non-advantageous one once again because of Renegade.
Yeah, RyaNoob, honestly, so good at finding those kills when they matter most. And it looked like it was going to convert into potentially a hold for Shopify, but FaZe Clan too strong. I love these plays right here where they have the ball on one side of the map and someone's just playing so annoying on the other side, especially with the Sentinel beam. I mean, this guy's just going to disintegrate anybody that tries to get to the ball.
It makes it so hard to deal with, right? Because you want to pressure the ball, and then oh, there's a guy behind us too, just putting shots into us as we try to enter tram side. So SnakeBite making it very annoying here, and again, the Sentinel beam being so extremely strong here on land. FaZe gonna acquire 37 seconds of ball time and counting as they try to play the ball towards trash side, but it looks like it won't play. So Shopify are going to be able to hold a little bit of a setup here. But what I notice is when Shopify have a setup on a tram, it gets broken very quickly, whereas when FaZe have it, it's a little bit more difficult. Well, besides that last one by RyaNoob, that last push, it's usually a little bit more difficult because if they're kind of losing that fight, if they're losing that defense, they'll rotate it quickly, and they just kind of get out scot-free.
Right. Love the assault rifle skin, by the way. Is that like a Halo CE looking assault rifle?
Maybe.
Oh,
great nade.
These guys all have the drippiest drip in the game. I mean, all the FaZe stuff, it looks so good too. I agree. Star pattern and everything.
Yeah. I love it. FaZe does great with the in-game skins. I'm a big red guy as well, so I'm a little bit biased. Right. Everything is red. Everything.
No, but you're exactly right. It does seem like the holds for FaZe have been stronger, but I did notice that Shopify also pretty good at adaptation. They recognized that that was the case, and we saw them kind of overextend to the other side of the map to apply pressure the same way that FaZe had.
Right.
And it actually paid off in some extended amount of ball time. But this game type is so fast-paced. We're going to see setups broken and held within seconds of each other over and over and over again.
That is true. It has changed a lot since that buff, and it was kind of like that before as well, right? It's just it's the smallest map in the game, so very, very fast-paced. Shopify getting some ball time now.
I actually like this setup, holding the ball at Shoddy, because the angle from Ivy, you can see all of B-Rail. If anybody tries to come out of C, they're going to get taken care of. Very easy to hold Cafe as well and hold position on the other side. They just need another player to watch the mid lane. I think Shoddy is actually one of the better spots to hold the ball on this map, but it's not often used.
Well, Royal 2 will take it to a place more familiar there on the tram side. The first rocket's going to whiff here for Renegade, but that second one will do enough damage for him to clean up the kill. 3 down now for Shopify Rebellion. Cykul, the last player alive, not really in position to do anything as he's being completely bombarded by Renegade and SnakeBite. And with Frosty on that red room side near Arcade, there's just nowhere for Shopify to go.
This is where the top teams start intentionally forcing split spawns just by being on the other side of the map. And this probably looks so foreign to players in the Plat and Diamond lobbies where they literally all hold hands together with the ball and say and just hope that everything goes well.
Yeah.
But these top teams recognize, like, no, you have to literally be shooting them as soon as they spawn into the map, and that's the way that you provide the most cover for your ball carrier.
You see right there, Frosty, no shields, comes out as his shields are recharging, gets that first shot, dips back in, fully charges shields, then comes out again to do more damage. That's what makes the best players the best, is little things like that, plus a lot of other things, obviously, but it all adds up. 92 seconds now for FaZe. Shopify, they have a little bit of a setup now on the tram side. Renegade's going to take a nade to the body here. 30-18 is Renegade in this game thus far. And you can generally see when these oddball games go long, the kills stack up pretty high. RyaNoob, though, a massive kill there. But the ball still gets rotated here from Royal 2. Royal 2 intelligently decides to back off, though, but gets taken out anyway.
RyaNoob made a fantastic play there. Essentially, he saw 2 of his teammates die in the kill feed. He had the Stalker rifle and he was weak. He decides to walk all the way back into Ivy and just gatekeep FaZe from even getting into the top Ivy area. Ends up hitting the perfect shots with the Stalker rifle, and that's what extends the game. He knew that if he died there, the round was over. So he played his life perfectly, and that's what's kept him in this round.
It's plays like that that allow you to win these games.
Wow.
Unfortunately, 2 Rockets only get 1 kill, but Rayne able to scoop up the ball here. 8 seconds is all that remain now. Shopify Rebellion about to take another round in this oddball game and tie this up, and they will do just that. 1-1, Shopify tie it up. We go to round number 3 on Streets Oddball.
A true display of discipline and map awareness throughout that game from Shopify. It took lots of attempts to do so, but eventually they get the hold that they needed most. Accumulated about 40 seconds on that last hold, which is the longest hold that we saw from either team throughout that entire round.
So it looks like what I said about Shopify not being able to hold positions or hold setups on the map of the oddball was wrong. My goodness, Cykul, okay. Makes it really difficult to kill him. That head bounce being used for years and years in Halo. Specifically on that Halo 2 Midship free for all, I use it all the time. So much fun. But regardless, it's used to stay alive just a bit. Doesn't do too much though. FaZe Clan able to get a little bit of time here, but they go 3 down, and now it's up to Shopify to hold this tram setup once again.
Now, what you said earlier about them not being able to hold a setup, I mean, both these teams are very good at holding a setup, right? But it's the team you're playing against is one of the hardest to hold a setup against.
Yeah, so, that's a good point.
You know, yeah. Especially with Renegade on the team, this guy's gonna find some weird nook and cranny, like some hole in your setup that you didn't even know existed. He's gonna find his way in. He's gonna get a double kill, and boom! Suddenly you no longer have a setup. So. Shopify, though, seem to have kind of corrected whatever mistakes they happened to make in the first couple of rounds, or the first round and then the first half of the second round, because they're coming out very strong in this third round.
Yeah, I was going to say, they got a wipe on a FaZe Clan twice in a row. At least it was 3 dead. I don't think they hit that 4 dead ever, but 2-3 deads in a row. They're able to get 46 seconds now, and it's RyaNoob who facilitates all of that with that one play in the previous round, is able to secure that first round for Shopify, and now looking very dominant here in round number 3. We'll see if they can close it out. Great shots by Renegade. Jeez.
This guy has to have an insane number of perfect kills, as 3 go dead for his team, though. We might see another hold from Shopify. Oh, wow, SnakeBite icing up against Cykul in a very awkward fight. Those are those fights that are pretty easy to miss a shot here and there. I mean, he was like crouching and then jumps backwards, and it's a weird fight, but the tracking too strong for SnakeBite.
Rayne trying to do all he can with the shotgun. He's going to end up going down here to nades, but still great damage there on the Renegade. Renegade is trying to hold this C tram side by himself. He's doing a phenomenal job of that as he gets a perfect with a stalker, gets another perfect with a stalker, 2 perfects in a row with his stalker rifle, ends up picking up the ball as well to get a little bit of time added to that clock, or add to that score, I'm sorry. That one shot is going to allow him to get another kill or another assist from Frosty, and then he gets another kill of his own onto Rayne. And he's not done just yet, but Mental finds that shotgun, picks it up, and ends up finally stopping Renegade in his tracks. 41-25 for Renegade.
Renegade's one of those players that you watch him use a gun and you're like, man, that gun needs to be nerfed. Because he makes it look easy. So many 3-shot kills, and yeah, he's not the guy you want to have the stalker if you're on the other team.
FaZe have finally tied it up here in round number 3. They're at 46 now. And in the beginning, looking a little shaky there, but now you can see on the side of Shopify Rebellion, 3 go down for them. And now FaZe look like they've taken that driver's seat. But Renegade's not ready to get that ball time just yet. He's got to get these initial slays first, and it's Cykul who's really causing a nuisance. But look at the flank play there by Mental. 3 down for FaZe.
Perfect collapse by Shopify. If you want to look for the characteristics of a good push, it's usually entering the same space from multiple angles simultaneously, and they did exactly that. I think a player came up tires while another one went up driveway, another one goes up the B stairs, and they instantly get 3 dead for FaZe. But we might see a lag out. I don't know if this is our observer.
I think it's the network connection, the servers.
Server crash.
Yeah, servers are having a bit of a problem this weekend, but the good news is the
tied.
PC, well, it was tied, yes, but the PCs as well and the Xboxes are doing just fine. It's just the servers this time. So now once we fix that,
fix one thing, something else breaks.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Goes, but In the meantime, we'll hop back in with LVT and Space Station.
Okay, I like this. 2-3 right now, Space Station. 3 caps on the board. LVT have a chance to tie up the series and bring it to a game 5, which would be phenomenal. We'll see if they're able to do just that. They take out Bound. They're 3 down, though. The last player alive is going to be Diagram, doing his best to stay alive here, but Penguin takes him out and gets the killing spree on top.
It actually stuck him by bouncing the nade off of the box and then it landing on his head afterwards. Always so fun to get those kills, but LVT has time against them here. Only 56 seconds on the clock, and you kind of have to... Wow, that was such a clutch kill, though. Only have so much time. You kind of have to keep diving this. They have plenty of time, though, all things considered, now with only needing 3 or 4 seconds to close this out. Yeah,
and you see they don't really have that C-plat control. Now KingJay does have that. Oh, but he ends up going down pretty quickly. It's going to be Sab here in the hill. A 1v1 versus Bound. The nade comes out, I think. It was Eco from behind who ends up getting that, or assisting that kill right there. But there it is. LVT tied up 3-3 now. One more hill for each of these teams. 46 seconds remaining. Time won't matter whatsoever. It's the next one to cap that will make a difference.
Yes, if anybody has seen my King of the Hill strat video that I released recently, they are playing this perfectly. They're correctly identifying they need tower control first for this hill. They're probably going to send a player to glass as well, but the repulse... the grapple, what happened there? It just...
The grapple didn't...
It all the way?
It went under the floor of the window, or of top tower, and it got caught, and it dropped. So he had to drop for it, and because he had to drop for it, he loses it, and because he lost it, it's in the hands of StelluR, the most dangerous player on this team. This is not good.
Yeah, but the positioning still favoring LVT right now. They've got a lot of the space near the hill, which is going to keep Space Station out of it. Keep in mind the timer is going to run out during this hill, so we're going to see the extra time be added to the clock, which is, I believe, 3 minutes in this game type. So neither team really feeling a lot of pressure to get in it right now as it winds down here.
Yeah, it'll be 2 minutes extra for the overtime, but once they get out of it, I don't know if they will here. There it is. Finally, they get out.
Huge stick from KingJay.
Yep, 2 dead. StelluR and Eco hit the respawn screen. Some time being added to the clock here for LVT. Bound is in position to try and retake here. Bound is going to go down after getting a kill. You see a lot of pings there from Diagram. Eco goes down as well. LVT, they're about to get this hill.
I don't know if anybody's in position to stop them. He gets out. He recognizes his teammates there full shields. He can drop. He can shoot the next player that tries to kill the hill player. They're going to stack it. They're going to get
stacking. They got it.
Oh my.
LVT tied the series 2-2. We're going to a game 5, baby.
Oh my God. LVT popping off. They are awake now. We weren't sure if they were quite awake when they played Na'Vi earlier, but the boys are here now, and they bring SSG, the favorites to win the tournament, to a game 5. They already won the Slayer in this series, if you remember. They won the Slayer on Livefire. Now, a little worried about Solitude for him, though, because, yeah, I mean...
We're talking about SSG.
Yeah, SSG, I mean, these guys literally made their names in Halo 5. They probably have more game time on this map than anybody else. So if LVT is going to win this, they're going to have to play very disciplined. They're going to have to play by the book, and they're going to have to not fall for any traps that Space Station might try to set.
Here's the deal, though, right? We get to a game 5. Yes, we can all see what's on paper. We can all see that, yes, SSG have players that have played this map on Halo 5 for years. That's where they made their name. But we've got the intangibles. Who wants it more? For Space Station Gaming, this is just another pool play match.
Yeah.
For LVT, this is life.
That's
okay?
Right.
This is life or death. All right? It is a very important match for LVT. So it's those intangibles, and you know this yourself as a competitor. Sometimes it ain't about what the pages say. If Tony was here, he would throw those pages onto the floor. It is about how bad you want it. And I think LVT, they look hungry today, and they want to finish this off very, very cleanly. And I'm telling you right now, this right here, what we're looking at, you know why we're looking at this, Eli? They're taking a break.
Yeah.
This is a nice little break here for LVT. You could ride the momentum, or you could take a break and reset and be more zen like you talked about earlier.
Yeah, so the way, if people haven't competed before, they probably don't know how it works, but you're allotted one bathroom break after game 2 and another bathroom break after game 4. If you don't get your bathroom break tough luck. You didn't use your bathroom break. So in this situation, doesn't surprise me. Both teams are going to talk about this. Spacestation definitely wants to talk about this because this series has massive consequences. Don't forget, in this tournament, the winner of the pool starts in winners round 2. They're guaranteed top 6 if they just place first in their pool, which is huge. So, I mean, since LVT lost to Na'Vi, if they were to beat Spacestation, they'd be 2-1. Spacestation would then be 2-1, but LVT would win the tiebreaker because it goes to head-to-head. So this is literally for first in the pool, if you think about it.
Wow, okay.
And, man, if LVT starts in winners 2, can you imagine Spacestation starting winners?
Hold on, let me see. I see a smile. I see a smile, a big smile from the back on the producer's side. Guys, this is big. I mean, this is a big deal. We got to Game 5 against the literal team who won last event. This is Halo, though. This is what it's all about, right? All of these teams have a chance to win. There's so many teams in this event that at any moment could win, literally, because it comes down to who plays the best. It comes down to who comes to play, and sometimes it comes down to Spacestation thinking, you know, this is a pool play match. Yes, it is. You get a bye, you get winners round 2, but if Spacestation lose, they still get winners round 1. So they still get to play through winners bracket, and maybe that's a little bit, again, I don't think these professional players are like, yeah, we don't need to win this. Like, I don't think that's what's happening. I think it's in the back of the head. I think it's a subconscious thing where you don't want it as bad because it's not as important. But for LVT, it's very important. It's very important for this squad because they're coming out of pool play. They're coming out of the open bracket into pool play, and they're wanting to prove themselves. And I'm just so happy for this squad. I'm so happy for the entirety of the squad. We got to talk to them yesterday. If you didn't get to watch the interviews, I'm sure they'll be on YouTube, or you can check the rebroadcast as well if you want to do that. But regardless, guys, here we are. And I want to shout out you, Eli. You've been great to catch. This has been a blast. This has been an absolute blast. Shout out to the viewers as well. You guys have supported us incredibly today. Big shout out to our weekly top gifter, Tony 4D, with a 50 gifted subs. If someone beats him, I mean, that would make you the top gifter. I'm just saying, you know.
Name on top of the leaderboard. That's some dopamine right there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about, right?
At the end of the day, right? No, I'm happy to be here. This is amazing. I mean, this is what we show up for, right? Is the underdog story.
That's right.
I mean, this is literally David versus Goliath that we're seeing on the screen right now.
That's right.
And
like that.
I mean, this is the kind of stuff that I've lived for throughout my Halo career. I always love to see the underdog city or like the story rather, and I feel like I've seen it so time and time again. It's never going to stop happening, but it's so exciting when it does.
That's right. We have a chance here for the underdog to come out victorious. But don't get it mistaken. We've got SSG, and I'm a little torn here because I love SSG as an org, and of course I am here with LVT, and I love LVT is. For those of you guys that don't know, I started back towards the end of Halo 5. They gave me a chance, and I was horrible. He won't tell you this, but I was awful. My goodness, I was bad. And you know, I've gotten better over time. He gave me the chance, and is consistently always giving me a platform. But here we go, guys. Everyone, get on your feet. Stand up. It's time for Game 5, LVT versus Spacestation Gaming. And LVT starting off strong. They've got 2 kills on the board and a snipe in the hands of Diagram.
That just gave me chills. We could hear from where we're standing. They couldn't hear it at home, but Diagram let out a roar after that double kill at the very beginning. He is fired up and ready to go. Even though his teammates go down, holding this part of the map so important. He's also got the sniper. If he can stay alive here, LVT can maintain a lead here.
This is a little scary though, right? Diagram's all hyped up, and I love that. But if there's one team that's not affected by this whatsoever, is SSG. They're stone cold. They're cold-hearted freaks, okay? They're here to just win and then clock out. But let me tell you something, LVT not gonna let that happen. 7-4, they have a massive lead here, 2 down for SSG, and they've got control of the snipe side.
Any one of these triplets gets fired up, it is bad news for the other team.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Double kill.
Huge double kill out of KingJay, but Diagram still has the sniper. KingJay making his life easy by taking out anyone that looks at him. Eco, though, has good positioning on the map, but I think LVT might be able to actually collapse on this. Diagram with shots. Oh my god, Diagram's not missing right now.
He's not missing. He is 5-0. You know what that is? That's a killing spree. And that's also 11-6. The lead for LVT. Spacestation Gaming on their back foot right now.
God.
StelluR gonna get out PR'd as well. I don't know why we're going to the side of SSG. We need to stay on the hot side. LVT not missing a shot whatsoever.
So disgusting. Diagram still not dead. Sab finding kill after kill.
Oh my word.
Lost right now.
Oh my word.
17-7 early in the game.
A 10-kill lead here for LVT. They gotta stay disciplined though. This is not over just yet. Lots of work to be done. We're climbing Mount Everest right now, and we don't have a pick. All right, so you gotta use your hands. Get up to the top as fast as you can. 20-8 now. KingJay staying alive with the repulse. Not gonna be able to. Bound takes him out, but still an 11-kill lead.
All right, this is kind of what Spacestation needed, though. They've been at the bottom of the map almost every time they've died throughout. They now get 3 dead, get some semblance of control. They have a bit more high ground and the heads-up awareness to know where LVT is spawning. This push, though, could bite them if LVT spawns on the side they've been so comfortable with since the beginning of the game.
Gotta slow down here. Spacestation is finding holes in the defense, and they're finding them quickly. 21-14 now. The lead has shortened just a bit. This is where the reset needs to happen. 3 down for LVT. They're finding isolated spawns. KingJay is going to spawn on that blue side. He has to stay alive here because Spacestation is just holding forward towards their spawns.
Diagram and Sab finding 2 kills in the feed, though. Bound overextending to blue. I don't think they know he's here. They don't. Looks like the new sniper is in the hands of Spacestation as well. It's going to be quite consequential, but so far it's been the team that holds that snipe side of the map that wins, while the thruster gets a perfect kill for Sab.
24-16 now. The perfect kill for Sab will set up the momentum for him. They spot out Pznguin as well. I believe on the top of snipe there. StelluR with the sniper. We saw how crazy this could be. Diagram shutting him down is a huge play right there. Pznguin's going to flip that up though. Gets the trade. 25-18 now.
So important that LVT plays this exact situation cautiously. I don't like the positioning from KingJay. He does find an escape route. He's got a teammate that can provide some cover fire, finds a kill of his own, but they're steadily trying to work their way back into control of the snipe part of the map. Both teams, whenever they've had it, have gone on killing runs.
2 players from SSG inside the dip, Eco and StelluR. StelluR ends up going down, Eco down and no shields. They're not going to be able to clean him up. They still maintain a 6-kill lead, 27-21 now. Diagram, the man that's popping off like crazy with his vocals, is also popping off in game. You never see that, right? You always see the loud one, it's the dog just chirping away, but Diagram popping off 10-4. Look at him go. Consistently getting the kills, also has the assist to match as well.
Whenever I've seen Spacestation crumble, it's usually when Bound is holding forward a little too much, and that's what it just looked like to me. Why is he in loop right there? He gets surrounded by 3 players.
Surrounded again. There he goes. Bound down. Diagram not stopping. 11-5. 30-22 now. An 8-kill lead here for LVT.
They're holding the map as well. All members of Spacestation on the low grounds. They play out from the situation well, but they're trading out kills, and trades are not what you want to see when you're down by 8.
This is where things get nerve-wracking though, right? You're on main stage playing the team that won the last event. Is it going to affect him? It doesn't look like it whatsoever. 33-26 now. KingJay has the ledge, stays alive as well. The disciplined play I'm seeing out of LVT is something I've never seen out of this squad before.
Oh my god, but the flank play from Eco, this man's brain larger than the stage itself. Always finding these plays that keep his team in the game, but it seems like every step of the way when Spacestation get kills, they're often trading out on other sides, and I don't like the positioning for Spacestation here. I think LVT, if they recognize it, can collapse.
Sab gets difficult. Yeah, Sab gets a kill in the feed. The collapse comes through from the 2 players of LVT, though. That's beautiful. 37-30 now. A 7-kill lead is maintained. 2 down for SSG.
And map control fully in LVT's side. New sniper rifle spawning. They're already on it and ready. This push is coming through blue right now because they want to hit the angle so KingJay can't get away safely with his sniper.
KingJay trying to hit the shot there. Not going to be enough though. StelluR does pick up the sniper rifle down to no shields as well. The nades come out. They're not going to hit. They do hit. They take him out. Snipe down now on snipe 2. Quantum translocator still at the top center of the map. 39-34. Make that 41-35. LVT hanging on, climbing to the top here at SSG, trying to prevent it from happening.
Love Piggy's aggression right there. We talk about him being the anchor player, but He's also a player that if he sees a spot he needs to be, he goes there and he goes there fast. He gets there just in time to finish off that kill. And simply existing here in the snipe lift is causing so much added pressure while the rest of LVT is going to push in from blue here.
Yeah, lots of things coming out. Pznguin is aware of the separation here from his squad. He's aware that there's 2 players isolated on the bottom of lift. Piggy's looking for an opening, though. He needs some damage on the top side of Snipe so that he can push through. KingJay's finding an opening here. He pushes on through. A little bit overextended, no help. He ends up going down. It's a 5-kill lead still for LVT.
When it comes to a crawl, the higher-seeded teams sometimes find a way to victory here, but will LVT maintain the discipline they've shown throughout the entire tournament so far? Now just a 4-kill lead. That discipline's got to stay strong here.
Things get nerve-wracking in this situation. You're on main stage, a lot of pressure on you to make this win happen. A 2-kill lead now reduced to 2. 3 down for LVT. This is where the reset needs to happen. They've got to relax and get disciplined, stay disciplined like you mentioned. Now a 3-kill lead. Diagram! And Piggy with the 2 kills, 44-40.
So huge in this moment. They're now retreating. They know their position is known. There's no reason for them to push.
No!
And Diagram's insane. He hits another snipe headshot.
Get that snipe out of Diagram's hands or you will have a loss here for SSG. 46-41, 4 kills, all that remains.
Did you see Diagram just hit a curb slide from I don't even know where, just launching himself into battle, finds a 1-shot, finishes him off. He's still fighting for more. This man's like a bat out of hell. He doesn't care about who you are. He's gonna kill you no matter what.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is called flow state. 16-9 for Diagram here. Absolutely popping off in this game. But the job is not over just yet. Still 4 kills. SSG fighting back as much as they can. They've got 42 down on the scoreboard. Oh, Piggy gets another one.
Massive.
That is huge. 3 is all they need now.
StelluR getting desperate for this kill. I think he's gonna get taken out.
There it is. 2 kills is all that remain. 49-44, 1 kill. They have to collapse here. SSG holding on with dear life as they get pushed back. Diagram on the BR side. The push comes through. The SSG quells it instantly.
Diagram gets taken down, but they still just need 1. Spacestation gonna be so calm and collected in this moment. It looks like all members of LVT playing very safe in this moment. I would like them to make a play call now and start pushing to isolate an opponent. But we're at a standstill now. No one wants to move. Their positioning is good and spread out though.
Sab is caught on this left side though.
They recognize that he's here.
They've got cross shots though. KingJay's got the sniper. He's got the game in his hands right now. If he hits this shot, but Bound takes him out. 49-47 now.
This isn't over yet. I favor the positioning of LVT in this moment, but it's really going to come down to who gets caught out overextended. Neither team wants to give an inch. You see some movement here. Sniper still on the side of LVT. Not sure who has it exactly, but one of them does.
KingJay's got to make a play here. It's up to KingJay. He's literally got the sniper in his hand. He's got the game in his hands. We know what he's capable of. He hits the body shot, I think, but it's not going to connect to anything. Bound is on the top side of ledge here. This is a very dangerous position.
Now just a 2-kill game. This could be the biggest upset of the tournament so far if LVT can just get 1 more kill.
Oh, there's a snipe out of KingJay once again. It's going to be a body shot. They get it! LVT are going to win the series versus SSG. What an upset!
Biggest upset of the tournament so far.
There's the pop-off. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you later in the tournament, brother. I'm in winners too. You got to fight your way to get back to me. Oh my God. With coming out of open brackets to win first place in their pool, they're now guaranteed top 6. That's absolute insanity. Winners round 2 off the backs of Diagram, who never let up that entire game. You could hear him roaring. We are so far from the main stage, Tim.
Wow.
And I could hear him roar after the first double kill of the game, and he stayed fired up throughout. Man, I love what we're seeing out of this LVT roster.
I don't know what to say. 50-48. 50-48 against the team that won the last event.
Wow. Against a team that we talked about, right? How much experience do these guys have on Plaza?
A lot.
How many situations have they been in just like this?
So many.
And the LVT still finds a way to win?
I honestly, like you said, it's David and Goliath. And who won? Who won that story, guys? Did you read your Bible as a kid? David won, baby! That's right.
Oh my God.
With just a pebble and a slingshot. Boom, baby. LVT make it to winners round number 2 in beautiful fashion. We will see them. Oh, okay, well, we might get third, but regardless, I mean, listen, the confidence that you get from that series, can we talk about that?
Yeah.
If you're the underdog winning a series like that, what does it look like for you as a player and as a team, honestly?
I mean, that just tells you can beat anybody, right? We just beat the guys that beat everyone at the last tournament.
Exactly.
Who says we can't beat the guys that they beat? You know?
Exactly.
It's a logic question, right?
Yep, exactly, and that's what I'm trying to get at here, right? It might not be a win that gets us to winners round 2, but it's a win that gives us the confidence to know that we are capable. It was a little shaky at the end, all right?
Yeah, the huge comeback from SSG. We got to give props for that.
I got to give props to a couple people. First of all, I got to give props to KingJay's hands because I guarantee they were trembling so much with that sniper in his hands. They were insane that he even hit the body shots. I probably would have hit the wall multiple times. And then, of course, you've got Diagram, who had energy at the very start of the game and carried that energy all the way through and popped off, I think, with 8. I think he had 17 kills at the end of that one, or 16.
The confidence I saw out of Diagram, like I said, there was a player that was one shot at the bottom U-turn. I think it was StelluR. And he had a teammate there to help him. And Diagram hits some crazy curb slide from like loop, and he just launches past StelluR and headshots him before getting taken out. He said, yeah, let me just trade out this kill. Let's get close to the finish line. And it's plays like that, no fear, no hesitation. Just push. Don't care about who you're playing against. Just do it.
It's not about who you're playing against. It's not about the names. It's about how bad you want it. And again, that's what mattered the most. They showcased that here, LVT. Now, we still got some work to do, guys. Listen, I know we're celebrating early here, but trust me, there is much more work to be done. Imagine a tournament win. You know, like, let's just set the precedent, right? Imagine it.
Go straight to the top.
Let's just go. Honestly, a big shout out to these guys. They played phenomenally. Obviously, we still have bracket play where everything matters, right? This was pool play. We still have a little bit more work to do, but regardless, very good showing. And again, a lot of motivation and a lot of confidence going into that bracket.
Yeah, I might have spoke too soon about winning the pool, but I feel like logically it makes sense, right? If both these teams are now 2-1, but LVT wins the head-to-head against Spacestation, shouldn't they win the pool? I don't know. I don't know exactly the rules on the tiebreaker.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll have to see how it shakes out, but
either way, they'll end up in winners, I would assume.
Oh, for sure.
Right. So like that's a good start already. You know, we're not going to losers. We're not going home. Already a beautiful start. So we'll see how that goes. Everything's kind of panning out perfectly here. It's all scripted, guys. That's right. This is the WWE. No, it's not. I'm just kidding. But this has been a blast, honestly. All right, so we're gonna, like I said, this has been a blast, guys. We're gonna take a quick break here so I can get some water and Eli can get some water. We're gonna watch Sentinel's Native White playing here shortly, and when we come back, we'll have more action for you.
Enemy has the ball.
Shot! We did it! LVT over SSG. I was out there, bro. The crowd's electric. Wanted to spend a moment and you know, thank all the support that we got during that stream. I think, Louis, can you pop in real fast and start running through the... I think I saw a ton of gifted subs that came through. I just wanted to give these guys some love, because they're showing us some support during one of our biggest matches we've ever had.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got to start with the most obvious one. Tony 4D with 100 gifted 5 minutes ago. He already gifted 50 earlier today, so that's 150 on the day.
That man's insane, bro.
My man, I'm unfamiliar with who you are, but I know that just based on chats, you're a fan of KingJay. Probably know him in some way, but thank you for the support for the channel, my man. SG host with 10 gifted subs as well. Slow Dive with 5 community gifted. Also, Beige TV with another 10 gifted. Appreciate that. Sleepyhead, D Smith, and then Itzy. Appreciate the gifted also. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, we're trying to regroup our feelings here, but that was an impressive win. Tools, any speculation on how the placing of the pool will be, just based on what's happened?
LVT's grand prize for beating the champions is a 3rd place finish in a pool. So shout out to us. We get 3rd. I don't know who we play yet. Do you know which pool we play for second? Second what pool? But we still are in the winners bracket, which is what's important. I think we get 3rd because SSG beat Navi 3-1 and then Navi beat us 3-0. So and then we beat SSG 3-2. So we have the worst map record percentage out of the 3 teams. I think everyone 3-0 is about 9. So that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But boy, oh boy, did those boys make it high. But you know, that means a lot for the boys out there that were playing. Dude, you could just. It's almost like you know you can beat anyone when you beat a team like SSG. So hopefully they can keep that momentum forward. And oh my God, what an insane series! And looks like Sentinels just took a 2-1 lead over on this Charlie stream. These guys, you know, it's pretty tough to play. The Sentinels guys were sitting right behind the LVT guys, so they got to experience that entire pop-off in the middle of their game. Oh, man. Here, I want to take a look at chat real fast. Chat, how are we feeling? Yo, thank you for the Prime, Zando Z Man. Guys, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Guys, if you want to help us, all the subs that are coming in right now, it's going to help pay for the team dinner because these boys are eating fine tonight. You know what I'm saying? We're going to some steakhouse. We getting bougie tonight. So, you know, if you want to give a Prime sub and help with the tab, buy these boys a beer tonight. Let them know. Hey, shout out to Straight Sick in chat. Miss not having you here, but good luck with all the streaming you've been doing. Yeah, we would have placed 3rd either way, most likely, I believe. Here we go, back into Shopify Rebellion and FaZe. Shopify Rebellion actually a crucial game right here for Shopify. They can get 1st place in their pool if they beat FaZe, and right now, up 2-1 in the series. The open bracket teams have come out to fight today.
Yeah, we got more subs coming through. We got, my name is Kels. I feel grim, Riz, Knack, Zando's man. Rip. We got Speed, AC
Scandal?
Yeah, Rick the Llama. Sorry, some of these names are hard to read, but we appreciate the support, you guys.
Yeah, this is insane, guys. Like, we sponsored this team to get here because they said they wouldn't be able to come if they didn't have help. And we're like, all right, that doesn't sound right. You know, this is a team that has a lot of potential. This is a team that the community loves. And, you know, whatever the Halo community loves, we love to give back. So we told these guys, yeah, we'll get you there. Got their hotels, got their flights, made sure that they were all ready. Had a nice little team dinner on Thursday. Okay, we went to some hibachi, and you can tell these guys were fired up and ready to go. They've been just absolutely crushing it this weekend. So man, this is crazy that Shopify Rebellion is up against FaZe. I imagine we're going to do a game 5, but I can see you never know what's going to happen in the game. Look at Royal 2, bro. 13-2. 13-2 in this game. But they need to get on Royal 2's POV, please. This guy, oh my God, he's 14-2. That's right, dude. We need it. 15-2. Royal 2. Oh. They can't handle him, dude. He's 15-2. Yeah. Someone go get royalty, bro. That man's like single-handedly willing these guys to a game 5 right now. Incredible. Oh my God. Rayne wins a huge fight against Renegade right there. This is the, I believe we have 2 more games. 2 more games going on right here to finish out pool play for the day. We just saw LVT finish their pool play of it. 3-2 victory, a game 5 over Spacestation Gaming. Incredible, incredible performances thus far. So shout out to StelluR with the Prime. Doesn't cost you $1 to use those Prime subs. If you have one available, you want to help LVT out, be like StelluR. Go down. If you have a Prime sub and you want to help us get more tier 1s, you can always continue on a sub. But it's been crazy the support you guys have given us. I think we're at like, close to like 1,700 subs right now, something like crazy like that. Y'all have been phenomenal, man. Like, we love coming to these LAN events. Hopefully we'll be at Worlds. Because of all the support that we get because of that. He's 16-6. Guys, are you seeing royalties POV? I guess we haven't seen it, but like, whew. Royalties been frying.
The enemy team took the hill.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. But like, why should I worry about what Twitch? You know, Bezos owns Twitch squirts. Bezos don't need no more money. You know what I'm saying? Every time you don't use a Prime sub, every day that you leave a Prime sub on the table, that's 17 cents that you're giving Bezos each day. Imagine 1 million Prime subbers not priming on their day. That's free money for Bezos. Why are we giving Bezos any free money? You know what I'm saying? Jerry making sure that there's no money for Bezos on the table. That's right. Use your Prime. Use your Prime. That's exactly what we need, baby. 2-2. Shopify Rebellion, man. They're coming back in this. Now, what's scary about this hill, right? Oh, that's so crazy. They're pushing this long haul. That's crazy. So they could open up this A spawn. It's like a dangerous game that FaZe is playing. But they're having so much confidence in Renegade right there. Renegade's basically on an island by himself, but he's giving so much freedom to like Frosty. Like Shopify does not expect to get shot from this position. This is a crazy setup by FaZe. There we go. The push is coming in. They got word, but SnakeBite goes back to help Renegade. Renegade able to work his life, and SnakeBite will fill in that spot. I have not seen this setup yet in competitive Halo. That was a wild setup by FaZe, and it was it's a crushing setup. They're going to be able to get this third hill. All right, their third hill. Oh my God, wait 1 second. I got to go look at these subs again. Oh, you got a phone for me. Oh, this is way better. Shout out to Magic Moonshot. DJ Nothing. Thank you for the Prime. See this one. Hef Dude with the 2 months. Thank you, thank you. Already got Jerry. Oh my God. Do they play this hill? I feel like you play this hill. I guess they're going to play the time. Rayne's going to get first shot on Rayne because of it. We'll take out that kill. Now, with Frosty having the shock rifle, this almost feels like GG's. I feel like this is like a guaranteed sort of game 5 situation with how they're playing at the moment. Oh, Renegade able to get that kill. Royalty playing down low, but not stepping in that hill. That's what's important right now. They're playing the time. They're not concerned about getting any of this hill time. They're going to play the neutral time. 1 minute and 23 seconds. It's quite a bit of time, but they think they can still do it. Gun Ranger gifting 2 tier 1 subs. Thank you for the channel. Thank you, brother. You guys got your sub from Gun Ranger. Make sure to thank him. Jumper Bumper. Hey, bro, we love Bumper Jumper in this house. I am a Bumper Jumper player. Thank you for your Prime. 4 months in a row with the Prime. Oh, and he has the that's the Royal 2 emote. Or is that KingJay's emote? What are the other? Thank you. Executive. Yeah, that's actually kind of a cool name, Executive. With the Prime. That's the first time, bro. Hey, I love a brand new Prime Executive. Welcome to the Louis T's, baby. Welcome to the Louis T's. Carry JW. Are you a big Renegade fan? Renegade JW. Thank you for the gift sub to the channel. appreciate the help that you guys been getting. Oh my God, yo, Timmy the monkey. 7 months, bro. 7 months. That's a long time. Thank you for supporting Halo in 2023.
Enemy team took the hill.
Right now, I think FaZe has a pretty dominant hold. Only 30 more seconds of neutral time for Shopify Rebellion to play with, and oh my, Renegade. So the shock pistol's still pretty bad, right? The disruptor, but where it does still shine is it's a 3-shot beatdown, and those shots are automatic. So it's a bit faster. It's like, I think it's like the fastest gun you can shoot beatdown with now. So you see players still pick it up, but some players like to go rogue with it. Only 20 more seconds of neutral time.
Enemy team took the hill.
Shopify Rebellion need to play basically perfect from here on out. And ooh, bro, you see Frosty starting to hold that reticle. Still, you get nervous. He gets one. 2 more players in this hill. 2 more players that can see the respawn screen. Frosty starting to light everything up. Camo plays are in. Only 10 more seconds of neutral time. The A spawns are in. Shopify Rebellion have a road ahead of them. They're all seeing the respawn screen still. 2, 1. FaZe push it to a game number 5 on, what is that, the Bravo stream. Game 5 on the Bravo stream. Dude, I love these game 5s. We'll have to see if FaZe can clutch up against Shopify or if we're going to have another crazy upset today. Someone asked, what does LVT mean? The founder and owner of LVT Halo is Mr. Louis V. Titan. We used to have our Twitch channel, used to be called Louis V. Titan. We transitioned to LVT Halo sometime during Infinite, right? I think it was during Infinite that we transitioned to LVT Halo. But Louis V. Titan. Infamous for jumping off the map. Actually, that wasn't Louis V. Titan, that was LVT Brandon. So we don't talk about that. FaZe 1-3-1. Oh, so the thing was just wrong, is what you guys are telling me. Well, congratulations to FaZe. Someone in chat said that the scoreboard was wrong. Noel Trevino, thank you for the Prime sub. Shout out to Mama LVT in the chat. She's actually, I can see her on the back wall. She's been holding it down. Actually, did she just leave? Did I just miss her for a little bit? But Mama LVT's been helping us out. Louis' wife made us some breakfast today. It's great to have the whole Louis V. Titan family down here. These guys and gals been really helping support us, and we appreciate all of them. If you see someone walking around with that LVT jersey at the event with Mama LVT on it, make sure you go tell her thank you. She's been doing a fantastic job. It was originally Blam Gaming, yeah, all the way back, Oni. It was Blam Gaming, then All Access Studios, then LVT Productions, and then now we like to go under that LVT Halo banner. But it just shows you guys, sometimes it's like the first attempt isn't the successful one. You know, it's like Brandon's been doing this. Louis has been doing this for, man, like 2018, 2017, you know? It's a long time putting in that grind. This is Sentinel's native white that we're seeing there in game number 4. Yeah, I guess it was a 3-1 because this is the same game 4, so yeah. The Yank Ruger with 5 gifted subs. Yo, thank you so much. 25 to the channel in total. Thank you for that support. No, if someone's thinking about... It's in a game 5? Oh, okay. So I just got gaslit by chat. That's all good. Chat, you got me. Looks like it is going to a game 5. I love this from Boo Boo Doo. I haven't done it from that spot where you can shoot into the zone. Usually I like to get at the top tower. You have a much better angle, but getting a little cheeky right there. The reason I don't like it up there is because you can see the cross from glass at the top. No, FaZe is going to game 5. FaZe is going to game 5. I got confirmed. Someone went and just asked the admin. So they said FaZe game 5, guys. FaZe game 5.
Enemy team took the hill.
But I was gonna say, if you're thinking about giving like 5 gifted subs or whatever, it is September. I would maybe recommend doing a tier 3 gifted sub. It actually does help us out quite a bit. We get a bigger split on those, but check that out. The win is in for Sentinels. Heard Spartan get up, got loud, got proud for his team. See them coming through eventually. I watched the last round out of ball. FaZe won. They killed the ball carrier and let time run out. I don't know, man. Hey, Joe, I don't care. I'm just here talking to my chat. We're just vibing. Reality is, it's really expensive to be here. So the help goes a long way. What do you guys think of the event so far, chat? It's actually been kind of a banger. The Optic Quadrant series yesterday was really cool. At 3-0, it's really been impressive. Navi's been really impressive to me. So I've been keeping an eye on there. And then, oh my God, here, Shopify FaZe. Do I got a caster that wants to cast this? One person, anyone? All right, Magic's gonna come join me. Let's go, Magic. Let's go. Let's give this game 5 the true attention it needs. Chat, I'm gonna put you down for a little bit. When I come back, I'll come back and thank all those subs. But let's cast this thing because it's a game 5. And Shopify Rebellion have the chance to take a #1 seed in their pool. Magic. Honestly, I don't know who would have thought that Shopify Rebellion would have came from the open bracket and had so much success in today's event, but they are just cruising through pool play at the moment.
There's no way, Garrett. There's no way we watch LVT upset SSG, and in the same round of pool play, we watch also the #2 seed overall fall to another open bracket team. There's no way.
You can't get upstaged like this, Shopify.
They're doing it.
Yeah, no, this is actually super impressive for Shopify Rebellion. They played extremely well throughout the open bracket. And they seem ready, and honestly, this is a roster that's been constantly underperforming to their standards. A lot of top 12 finishes, not quite able to put it together, had to play through the open bracket, but you can see why they've stuck together, because when things start clicking, this is a really dangerous team.
Yeah, I think one thing that's dangerous in this game 5 is that game 2 Slayer. First of all, Rebellion won the game 1 on Argyle CTF, which is kind of an outlier of a match mode anyways, but the game 2 Slayer was not close, Garrett. It was a 50-30 spectacular by FaZe, and we know that FaZe is a slaying powerhouse. So when Rebellion lost that game 4, that objective mode, they put themselves in a tough spot, which they're handling to the best of their ability right now with a 3-point lead.
Now we're going over to Solitude. This is a map that many of the players are familiar, especially on FaZe. They've all played this map for years. Rayne and RyaNoob have quite a bit of experience, but on the other side, Cykul and Mental. I know Cykul played a bit of Halo 5 towards the end of its life cycle, but Mental, this is going to be his first time really like competing on this map in Halo Infinite. So it's like I feel like you have to give the edge to FaZe just because of the veteran and the experience like that these guys have on this map. But Shopify Rebellion, they have that lead and they're holding it on. Cykul able to pop this QT.
Cykul using the QT, gets a little bit aggressive with a couple of rounds of damage, but didn't like what he saw. And look at the counter though. FaZe Clan's so ready for that teleport. We're ready to shut him down. And I think that the QT in that instance actually worked against Cykul because he felt confident in portaling, and FaZe were ready on that counter.
Yeah,
and in fact, they took the lead off of that.
That's crazy that you can. It's almost like that power up is never guaranteed, right? The floor is so low for it, and you have to use it critically. And wow, Frosty, what a powerful position! Shoots across the map. He's gonna get 2, 1 in a kill and 1 in the assist. Great plays from him, and Mental needs to get away with that sniper, but SnakeBite shuts it down. Sniper back in the hands of FaZe.
This is the first test for Shopify Rebellion. Now down 2. They had the lead all throughout the early stages of this game, but nearing that halfway point, how do they respond? Right now they don't have much working for them. They don't have the sniper. Frosty finds the opening break kill, and this could start to snowball. Rayne luckily does match that kill for kill, and SnakeBite showing this level of experience. You mentioned the veteranship of this FaZe Clan roster, and I think that the patience of SnakeBite, the restraint with that S7 is showing that level of experience.
Yeah, it was almost like that LVT SSG series, like it was scary for a moment when we saw StelluR get the sniper and he was staying alive and he was doing all that work. It almost has that same vibe when you see FaZe. When things are getting a little bit rocky, they have this ability to slow the game down and stop making mistakes. Like suddenly they're playing perfect and it's going to be up to Shopify Rebellion to win rather than FaZe to give up any free opportunities.
Yeah, but in the same hand, Shopify Rebellion is not a team that's afraid of a slower pace of play. They're a little bit harder to shake off of their game because they have players like RyaNoob, like Rayne, who can thrive in a slower paced environment. However, as I'm saying that, FaZe Clan double up on their lead. Now it's a full team wipe of difference, 28-24.
That's where FaZe gets dangerous. You have to stabilize now. You cannot let another round of slays go in the favor of this FaZe Clan. And well, that QT, oh my god, that player got out right away. Renegade just got the information, QT'd out immediately. But this is going to let Shopify Rebellion know that there's a little bit more space to take, and this is where Cykul can be dangerous. Look at him get behind enemy lines.
Oh, and the perfect timing, too, on the pinch. Gets the takedown, and that should, even though Cykul is eliminated, traded back out, it gives that top C control now to Mental, and Rebellion have a little bit of map position to build off of.
Yeah, this is where this map can kind of feel very Call of Duty-esque in a way, because there's a lot of routes on this map. Usually in Call of Duty, you have to think about your routes and how you hit things out. There's a lot of empty space that you can maneuver and get great flanks, and you can see so far Shopify Rebellion's been pretty effective at it, but I think FaZe is starting to adapt, right? We saw once again they went for that flank through LR, trying to get behind those players, but suddenly everyone is falling for Shopify Rebellion.
And that was it, Garrett. If this comes out as a FaZe clutch win in Game 5, that was the turning point. Because look at those respawns. 3 players for Rebellion trapped at the bottom of the lift.
It might work for them, though. Look at all 3 of these players. He doesn't know who to target. Renegade, he gets 1. He's looking for 2, but hey, that's a 1-for-2 trade right there for Shopify. Frosty trying to finish off anything, but the sniper goes to RyaNoob, and this is an opportunity. They just need to battle their way out.
1 round in that S7 in the hands of RyaNoob, and he takes it down the lift into a 1v2 using the repulsor to get a little momentum on the frag grenade. He's taken down. That sniper's going to drop to low ground, and it's the back and forth is not enough for Rebellion right now. Sure, the lead's a 7-point difference. Sure, they're trading kills, but they're not gaining on that difference.
It's not at a pace that's going to be successful at the moment, but you have to realize that Shopify Rebellion, they did come out on top in those trades. The problem is even though they get all those kills and they do reduce the deficit just a little bit, they don't take any more space on the map. FaZe is spawning up and being able to expand, and you see much more presence. But look at this RyaNoob plane coming down through the hallway right there. He's getting up the driveway. If he times this right with the rest of his team, they can find an easy 2 kills.
A little bait and switch there as Cykul finds the pick. It was Rayne who was the entry fragger. He's traded out, and now the sniper falls into the hands of Cykul. He's traded back out as well, not able to utilize it. The last 3 engagements, Shopify Rebellion have gotten a +1, but they're running out of space in this game. 35-42, Royal 2 with that headshot from the sniper, something that Rebellion weren't able to connect with.
Let's try to get away. Now suddenly only 6 more kills for this FaZe roster. And Shopify, they've had this problem time and time again where they get stuck in the back crevices of the map. And the only difference this time is that they're split heavily across the map. They can take advantage, but Renegade gets a free angle on RyaNoob with the QT. RyaNoob didn't suspect a thing, and now it's only 5 more kills for FaZe.
I mean, more kills than in game number 2 here from Rebellion, but the FaZe still remains one of, if not the most dominant Slayer roster in this league. Let's see if it pays off for them, icing up. RyaNoob does find an individual kill, as does Cykul. And now Shopify Rebellion have the numbers. If they can collapse on the final 2 players, Renegade and Royal 2, they could be right back in this match.
Lurking down low, FaZe trying to get up high to escape. Cykul able to find the first, but Cykul needs to stay alive. Rayne not able to take that damage. And FaZe, every kill just gets them 1 step closer.
They cut the lead in half, though, Garrett. It was between 6 and 8 for the last 5 minutes, and now it's only a 3, now 4-point difference as Royal 2 does find a pick. Mental's trying to flush him out with the use of those grenades. Trades of kills are going to cause for Rebellion right now. They can't afford any more lives. In fact, it's a match point for FaZe.
Mental got a little too aggressive right there. He had a great spot to get damage, but he's just caught out. Unfortunate situation, and now puts match point on the line. FaZe look to survive this onslaught. Shopify Rebellion making these flowers their home, but Royal 2 knocked on the back door. He's going to be able to knock him down. Game 5 victory for FaZe as they ice up. Something that we expect out of a FaZe roster, was still a very strong performance from Shopify Rebellion throughout today's pool play.
Yeah, we saw the upset from LVT against the 1-seed SSG, but Rebellion were not able to match that level quite, but they came close, as you said, knocking right on the door. These open bracket teams, you cannot underestimate what they're capable of, and I think the last 2 series have been the perfect example of how tough and how tight this competition is.
Nah, honestly, this is a phenomenal day of Halo thus far. We've seen a ton of upsets. We've seen a ton of potential on every player, I feel like, that's come to stage today. And, well, we've seen a lot of love from the chat today as well. Thank you, everyone that's been helping us do what we're able to do. Pool play is over. That means we need to get ready for the championship bracket, see where everyone lands, and get ready for some intense Halo that has huge ramifications coming after this break.